Okay, so we've talked a little bit about what we're trying to do here, trying to educate you on what we should be doing. So when we're talking solar, there's a couple of items that you should be aware of because some people should not go solar. Or they should at least have the information so they can say, it's not the ideal scenario, but I still want to go solar because I'm doing it for stewardship reasons, environmental reasons, living out your ethics, all perfectly reasonable, good reasons for adopting renewable energy, more clean tech, responsible energy. But let's go over a couple scenarios where I would say not as good of an ROI, return on investment. What I'm looking at is if you're moving in the next 5 to 7 years, you can't count on that bank-appointed auditor who's going to come assess your property value to say, I love solar as much as you do, and I'm going to give you the full value for it. There's a lot of good studies, government studies, that say that you will get increased value of the home, and that's true in most cases. But it's up to the bank-appointed property assessor. And if he doesn't like solar, you're not getting a lot of money out of it. So if you're going to be in your home longer than 5 or 7 years, it makes more financial sense and you're going to be able to get more benefit out of it. More bang for your buck the longer you're in your home. The other thing that I would say is if you don't have a high tax liability, maybe you're a nonprofit, maybe you're a Purple Heart veteran, or maybe you just have lots of deductions because you've been a smarter investor than I have, you might not have the tax liability necessary to take that 26% tax credit this year. So that means regardless of how big your solar system is, whether it costs you $10,000 or $100,000, 26% of that in 2020 is available as a tax return, a tax credit. So if you have the tax liability, you get that money back, you recoup it. If you don't have that tax liability, the cost for your solar system, if you're financing, goes up 26% on your monthly payment after some period of time depending on the lender. Good for you to know. Never assume that you're going to get the tax credit. Otherwise, you're going to be an unhappy camper the following year, and we don't want that. So the third scenario that I would say is a non-starter, unless maybe you know something I don't, is you're renting. You don't own the property. Probably not going to qualify to get solar on that property. You can go through the landlord or whoever does own the home. It's a lot more work. It's a lot more rigmarole. It can be done. If you have a good relationship with your landlord, let's talk about it. But those are the three main areas that I would say are non-starters as far as going solar. If that's not you, let's keep going.